So why do you think marketing is something worth studying?
Well, I think marketing is really at the core of all businesses. Because at the end of the day, marketing is about the customer. It's about knowing the customer through marketing research. It's about understanding the customer through consumer behavior and understanding how they behave and the demographics of a society. And so marketing really is at the core of a business because it really is the part of the business that's in touch with the consumer. And that really is kind of the exciting part of most businesses. I mean, I find that part, which is really very difficult to define, I find it more interesting than the areas that are reasonably easy to define. But it also, of course, makes it slightly more difficult because you never know what's going to happen. You never know how consumers are going to react, etc. So it's a really good area, interesting area to study. A lot of psychology in it, a lot of consumer behavior, a lot of understanding the market and how demographics and changing markets are going to change the market. And at the moment, there's been a complete change because we're moving away from the traditional ways of reaching consumers into a digital age where consumers are communicating with each other. So this is an area that never stays still. It's constantly evolving, which makes it very, very interesting.
And what type of personality do you think does best in the marketing field?
Well, I think, it's the marketing field really is about people. So I think if you like engaging with people and if you really like talking to people and finding out about them and finding out about their lives and what they need in their lives and how things can be done better for them, this is a great area to study. So if you're kind of a people person, this is probably one of the best areas to study. And also, if you want to go up to the top of organizations, marketing is now very recognized as really the strategic arm of a business. It's where decisions are made. It's really at the heart and at the core of how a business operates and how it succeeds against competition, against the environment, with the consumer. So people who are really kind of interested in that area and interested in people, this is a great area to study.
And do you think that particularly Emiratis can have a niche in marketing?
I think absolutely, because every market is different. And you have a big market here in the GCC. And this market is very specialized. So really the best people in any business or any area, region, to do marketing are the people who are from here. They understand the culture, they understand the background, they understand how people think, they understand how different things have an impact on the environment and on the society. So, for example, I'm from Ireland. I understand Irish people, I understand how they think, I understand the history, the tradition, how the role of religion in that society. Very difficult for me, other than academically, to find out about this stuff. Whereas somebody from here, it's already in them. So they will understand this market much better than anybody from outside once they have those marketing skills. And at the end of the day, this is going to be a fantastic market. Saudi Arabia is opening up. It's going to be really brilliant. And everybody needs marketers. Hotels especially. Anybody in the service industry, you can't have a good service industry without seriously good marketing people to go and find out what customers want and then to communicate to customers that you're there and that you have it. This is a great career opportunity, I believe, at the moment. This is a growing market, so much going on, so many new things opening up. This is where it's at. In retail, in construction, in the hotels industry, like big industries, ready to hire people who have the right skills and who really understand the consumers.
So one last question. There's a lot of talk about the fourth industrial revolution nowadays and how it's going to end a lot of jobs. And there's talk about that, business degrees are not useful. What would you say in reply to those sorts of thoughts?
Well, we've all gone through, the world keeps going through revolutions. It keeps going through stages. We're going into what they call the knowledge economy, the idea that people have to have a real understanding. I think actually this is probably where people's education is much more important than it maybe was before, because it's the people with the knowledge and the skills to analyze, to find out, to gather information that was going to make them better than the competition. And the technology is going to do all the what we call the old blue-collar work. So actually, to say that business degrees are not relevant, I think personally that's a nonsense, because more and more we're going to need knowledge, we're going to need skills. Now, do we need the same skills as the last generation in these business degrees? No. The business degrees have to begin to come up to speed with the technology and help people to understand the technology. But business degrees, to me, it's like going to the gym. You go to the gym to get fit. A degree is making your brain fit for use so that you can take on challenges. You have the strategic mind to take on challenges. Lots of stuff we learn in college we don't necessarily use in a day-to-day. But it has trained our brains to think in a strategic way, to look at things differently. That's what I believe college education is for. Not necessarily all the little pieces that we actually learn and we're examined on.